And you actually can buy reusable fill-in pieces of oasis that are here. They're reused. And this is the foam. Okay? So it's quite a small piece of foam that you're using. And so you just need to let that naturally drop into some water. So I'll just pre-soak some just while you were sorting yourselves out. Okay? And I'm going to place that into the bouquet holder. So there is a right and wrong way, really. Okay, you want it to be the bottom, the bigger side at the bottom. You place that in like that. And then you're going to place the cage over the top and hook the cage over the hooks. This is a bouquet holder. You can get the bigger version, which is the clamps, but this is quite good for this design. They're located at the back of the studio. And that's quite good because you can work with it in the hand and the stand, but also occasionally take it out and check the design as well. It might be a bit higher. So you could use big roses, and I did get the big roses, but I just had a rethought and thought, well, it's a child and it's such a small area, so we're probably not going to use big roses, and we're going to go for the spray roses. I'm going to show you to use hyacinths, and then I've sort of got a selection. Melissa ordered some lovely Lysianthus today. This is Lysianthus piccolo variety. And what's nice about the Lysianthus is it's actually got nice buds which can work on the outside edges. We've got a little bit of filler, waxflower, gypsophilia, asparagus, might be quite pretty, a bit of bear grass if you want to do some cage work. So, you know, get yourself a little bucket of selection of different bits, and what you use today you can also be using the wedding wire. But I want to show you how to also wire a hyacinth. It's alright, good job on wiring them. I won't need the heads. Sometimes if the stems are like that long, hang over the bucket. So what I do first of all is a child. I mean, what age would you say in a category as a child could be? 5, 4 even. Then you start going to flower girl sort of age. Flower girl would be your 3 or your 4s, where you're holding more of a sort of quite a basket or a delicate. I can't see a 4-year-old maybe holding this. Did anyone? Anyone know a 4-year-old? Do they hold something like this and throw it around? Yeah. Maybe someone more of like a 6, 8. Up to what age would you say? 10? And then 11 maybe. But then what you could do is if they get older, like 14, 15, slightly bigger. So when they look at their photographs, they've got like a small version and a slightly bigger version. It goes up to the bride sort of size. There's advantages and disadvantages of using it in the foam. What do you think they are? I mean, what do you think the advantages could be? From a sort of floristry point of view, business point of view, what do you think the advantages are of using the foam?
Gives you more control.
More control. Source of water, yeah. Do you think it's cheaper to make than a wide version?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously it's less time. When we do the wide version after, you'll notice the difference of the timings. Disadvantage? Disadvantage?
Less secure.
Yeah, security worries me. And what I do, I don't know what Melissa does for wedding work, but if I was doing a bridal bouquet or even a bridesmaid in a foam base, I actually work with the foam dry, first of all, to start with. And I actually glue every flower into like some glue into the foam first, so it's secure, and then I would soak the whole design at the end.
Yeah, yeah.
But I would very rarely just straight away put flowers in a wet piece of foam for security. And also, it's such a small area, you have to be decisive of where it's going to go. What you can't do is put it in, take it out, put it in, take it out, because you get loads and loads of holes. It's such a small piece. Imagine all them stems crossing in that small area. It could crumble. So you have to really, you know, sometimes for a shot, I'm not saying for practice here, but for a shot I would work with it dry and glue. Just under a tap, with water underneath the back, just completely soak it. And it lasts. Yeah, it's really good actually. So all bridal bouquets really I would do that. So what I tend to do first is I do my outline. So as I said, for a child you don't want big pieces like this, because if you imagine lots of them it's going to be huge in such a small space. So it's quite delicate work. Okay, so we're going to have about 5 pieces of the same. So you would work as a template on one, and then cut 5 the same. Roughly. Now, again, as I said, there's such a small piece of oasis, you don't want loads of long stems in that foam. Okay, so you don't want to be keeping your stems this long, because they'll come out the other end, but also if you leave a lot of that, it could crumble. But you don't want just a tiny bit that it falls out. So you have to sort of have a middle range. Now it's normally held like this. So the sides are just as important as the front. Okay, so we're going to use the lower part of this frame first, and I'm going to equally space my 5 pieces round. I don't want, see that one was sticking up a little bit? I actually want it to be coming down a little bit. Okay? And see what I'm saying, but don't open it out properly. A little bit more. So I'm going to place 5. I find that these stands make the bouquet too high up. So I do like to occasionally take it out and look at it from a bird's eye view. Okay, so I've placed 5 equally round. Then I'm going to use some smaller pieces, and that's my lower area. My next level is my middle area, so I'm going to go for slightly smaller bits. And the leveling is really just to give you a little guideline. Okay? I don't want it to overtake my design. It's just there as a guideline of what my shape's going to look like. Then I'm going to work on my top area. And I'm not going to put anything in that middle because I want to keep that clear for my focal flower. But I will put a little bit in there just so I get my profile. Has anyone made these sort of designs before in frame holders, brides or bridesmaids? No? They're quite good if you've got a bride that wants quite a formal wedding. Because a lot of people now go for hand tied, that's sort of being the way forward. But if they've got like a bridal bouquet and foam holder, it's quite nice to do something similar for your bridesmaids, so they're sort of all in keeping. I think hand tied is quite a lot still. So I'm going to choose, because I've opted not to go for the big ones, I'm going to choose an open spray rose, and that's going to act as my focal flower. And I want one with a fairly decent long stem. Okay, so you don't want to go for one that's got a short stem. Not that these have actually, these are quite good. Look at that, I've never seen this one. Okay, and also you want it straight, really, so it's not got a curve to it. Now if you imagine, that's your profile. Okay, so you don't want your rose cut down right down here. You don't want it up here, okay, because you're going to be like a peak. It's a very gradual dome. So you've got to be, as I say, you've got to know where you're going and have a place in the centre. You could also use it as the anthers as a focal as well. This is quite pretty if you wanted to use that. But I'm more inclined to use the buds of this because these spray roses are quite small.
So then you've not pushed that right down then?
It's not right down, it's about here. It's enough to be secure, so if I turn it upside down it's not going to fall out. It's not wobbly, but it's enough that it's not all the way down. I'm still sort of stopping here so that these stems have still got a bit of space to go in. And then after that, you want to place in, say, 3 more roses that are going to be, you know, like the primary colours on the colour wheel, the red, yellow and blue. So again, that's going to go around like that. And that's the profile that you're building. So this one's got a nice curve to it, so I'm going to use that curve. If you take petals off, try to remove them from underneath. Don't leave like ends like that, because your customer knows you're probably going to be taking their petal off, so really go from underneath. It doesn't look like you've actually. Then I'm going to use, remember the original 5 leveling that we did? I'm going to use a rose around, and if it's a slightly smaller one, a bud is quite good. So I'm going to place in 5, and this is where I'm really holding it, because I want to see the distance of them. Equally spacing. Now I want this bud. Now it's how do I get that? Because that's too short. And I've got all these bits. I'm actually going to cut it there for a minute. Cut all these off. And just have a look. But I actually wondered if I could get right to the base. I'm not giving enough length yet. Now obviously I want it to look circular. So using the Lysianthus, using some of this asparagus. We've got some nice stems on here, so I'm going to go around now with my asparagus to give it a bit of shape. I do sometimes find I work quite big with these designs, but actually it's gone the opposite today, it's gone very small. I think it's because I've got that child vision in my mind. Asparagus is lovely actually, it gives you a nice soft texture, these are nice straight pieces. So they're going on the outside edge, so that it's something a bit more interesting. But what you do on the outside edge, try to do at the top. So again, I'm going to just put a little bit of asparagus